Welcome to the island of Jamaica, a place known today for reggae, beaches, and vibrant culture. But behind this beauty lies a powerful story of struggle, survival, and a long road to independence. For the next 30 minutes, let's explore Jamaica's history from its earliest peoples through centuries of colonial rule. Today, it finally became a free nation. Long before Europeans arrived, Jamaica was home to the Arawak or Taino people. They were farmers, fishers, and skilled craftspeople. They grew cassava, maize, and sweet potatoes. They built canoes that carried them across the Caribbean seas. Life was simple, peaceful, and deeply connected to nature. But everything changed in 1494 when Christopher Columbus set foot on the island during his second voyage. Within a few short decades, Spanish colonizers claimed Jamaica as their own. The Taino people suffered terribly. Disease, harsh labor, and violence wiped out much of their population. To fill the gap, the Spanish brought enslaved Africans to work on plantations. In 1655, the balance of power shifted. The British captured Jamaica from the Spanish. They saw the island's potential for sugar production, and soon sugar plantations covered the land. But sugar required massive labor, so the British expanded the brutal transatlantic slave trade. Ship after ship brought enslaved Africans to Jamaica. Conditions were horrific: long hours in the fields, harsh punishment, and almost no freedom. Yet, the enslaved people resisted. Some escaped into the mountains, forming free communities called Maroons, using guerrilla tactics, and forced the British into treaties in the 1700s. These agreements gave Maroon groups some independence, a rare victory in a time of oppression. By the early 1800s, Jamaica's economy still depended on sugar and slavery. But winds of change were blowing. Across the British Empire, voices rose against slavery. In Jamaica, enslaved people staged uprisings, the most famous being the Baptist War of 1831, led by Samuel Sharpe. Though brutally crushed, it sent a powerful message: the system could not last forever. Just a few years later, in 1834, Britain officially abolished slavery, but freedom was limited. Many formerly enslaved Jamaicans were forced into unfair contracts, and poverty continued. The plantation system collapsed, but inequality remained. As the 1800s turned into the 1900s, life for most Jamaicans was still hard. A small group of wealthy landowners controlled politics and the economy. The majority struggled to survive as workers or small farmers. In 1865, frustration exploded in the Morant Bay Rebellion, led by Bogle, a preacher who demanded justice and land rights. The uprising was crushed, and Bogle was executed. But his actions planted seeds of resistance that future generations would carry forward. By the early 20th century, new movements emerged. Labor unions and political leaders began demanding change. Among them was Marcus Garvey, one of Jamaica's most famous sons. Garvey's message of black pride and self-determination inspired not only Jamaicans, but people across the African diaspora. In the 1930s, economic hardship sparked strikes and protests. Out of this struggle came Jamaica's modern political parties, the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party. Both would dominate politics for decades. By 1944, Jamaicans won the right to vote. For the first time, ordinary people had a voice in government. Step by step, Jamaica gained more control over its affairs. Finally, on August 6, 1962, the dream became reality. Jamaica declared independence from Britain. The Jamaican flag, black, green, and gold, was raised, symbolizing the nation's strength, land, and sunshine. It was a moment of pride, celebration, and hope for the future. Jamaica's journey to independence is a story of endurance. It's about people who refused to accept oppression, who fought in ways big and small, from the Maroons in the mountains to leaders like Samuel Sharpe, Bogle, and Marcus Garvey. The lesson is clear: freedom is never simply given. It is won through courage, sacrifice, and unity. Today, Jamaica faces new challenges, but its culture, music, and spirit inspire the world. The story of Jamaica is more than the tale of an island. It is a reminder of the human desire for dignity and self-determination. And so, from the first Taino villages through centuries of colonial rule to independence in 1962, Jamaica's history shines as a testament to resilience and hope. This is the story of Jamaica, a story still being written today.